Apocalyptic Vibes is a decent shooter that is filled with atmosphere. The title doesn't lie, you're completely immersed whenever you're traversing the harsh roads, looking through decayed concrete buildings that are very reminiscent of the Dark Valley Bandit base, which right across from that place you're playing on Stalker Gamma is a lot of fucking renegades, which are not friendly to mercs. We're just relaxing a bit with a random gopnik and listening to some tunes. The vibes are there, and I think that's the best part of this game. The world is also pretty immersive. I mean, the weather system is very dynamic. It will always be changing from mostly rain and snow, but it looks very nice. The tone is there. And although the world may be very desolate and void of any color, it has this peace to it when you're not fighting fucking bandits. Oh yeah, this game's basically Stalker on GZ Doom, so enjoy! The bleakness doesn't stop there, because upon starting the game, it quickly reminds you that this was made by Eastern Europeans based on how depressing the background information is. Images lined with text talk about how humanity was at the height of prosperity, mentioning how the word human sounded proud. Of course, this all ends in inevitable conflict, our character being born during a nuclear winter. I really like how the game specifies that we were never around sea these times. Really makes me feel great, happy, and very positive about the predicament I find myself in. Once we get control of our character, we loot an old revolver and some food, leaving our shelter before getting another exposition dump. We're essentially a courier that was attacked. Us having only survived by playing dead long enough to sneak away into the night. Of course, they just happen to steal a package that we must deliver, and God forbid you stop a rook, from doing their job. Real fast, I just want to make a quick note about the music. The tunes the developers chose for some of these sections really hit a melancholic and chill feeling. Before we venture into the first area, I do take a detour through this barricade and collect some food and a first aid kit. Rather than face a head-on assault, take a detour through this opening around the concrete fencing, roll for initiative, get fucked. And I make my way through the entire construction yard, systematically clearing each room, wiping out the bandits. Be sure to stop and loot their belts of ammo. I located the key to the bandits' vehicle, and inside we find a shotgun, supplies, and a package, a tin tea box that we must deliver up north. A few hours pass, and we make our way to a bridge for a stop by a man off in the distance. Ah, great, more of these fucking bandits. Hey, the crossing is blocked. Better stay out. Me. That's what you fucking sound like. Hey, fuck you. Enter the bandit hideout and begin the purging protocols. Hold on, this guy actually scared the hell out of me last time, so I'm gonna hit him with this sick peek. Funny thing is, I also got scared by these falling cans. I navigate my way through the complex, resting at a campfire, which is the preferred way to save your game, as well as restore any lost health you incur upon death, along with stamina. You can make coffee, but you need thermos and water. The thermos you can get later in the game, but the water I never found, because the only available water I could find is the rain, which is toxic, forcing us to use our hood to keep our silly brains safe from these silly little chemicals in the silly little sky. Following area is rather peaceful. We navigate through this building, hitting up some paths for extra loot. Yeah, I do get stuck in one of them. Oh god, stop bro, oh lord. Suddenly the tone feels, well, warm, as I would describe it, along with the environment looking as if it was summer, which is something our character describes that he's never experienced, only being able to recall the season based on what he heard from the elders back at First Sands, his home. Must have been many winters since then, if I've forgotten it. Oh, you motherfuck! After our encounter with a lone bandit, I look off past the cables, and it seems evident that the summer look and feel was just an hallucination. Continuing down the road, our next destination is set for a small place called First Sands. Now it's here where the narrative takes a dive off the deepest cliffs straight into the most dangerous anomaly. We wake up with our grandfather telling us how he's heading off to complete a delivery. He reminds us that we need to deliver our own package to Third Sands, which is up north. However, the game specifies that this takes place before the events of being robbed, acting like the previous half hour of the gameplay, which is a tutorial. He even notes that that chapter was just a prologue. I really don't understand why we didn't just start here and continue to the journey of being robbed. The game also never informs the player when he's back in the present. I just interpret that by chapter 2, you're back in the present. I have no idea what you just said. Coffee? Seriously? Do I even get a say in the matter? Alright. Yeah, sadly I can't wait around, man. I gotta prioritize this delivery. Thermos? Sure. Yeah, what do you want for it? Yeah, I got a cassette. Take it. Bruh. Wait, what do you mean I can't take it? I fucking paid for it, dude. Give me back my fucking... Okay. Alright. Chill it out, I'll come back for my return. I make my way to outpost point 63, but it seems bandits have taken advantage of this point of interest, setting up an ambush for us, along with using a visual anomaly that obscures our vision that's in the sky to their advantage. After I wipe them out, I drop off the coffee and I take my leave to one of the major settlements so I can pick up my tin can. Hey man, you need to set up some surface guards, cause there was just a horde of fucking bandits posted up on some sick nasty angles. Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother. I'm sorry, you have a good day. Before entering the main complex to pick up my package, I choose to rob a man in broad nightlight, right in front of a guard. I also found a truck that looks very similar to the one that we found in Chapter 1. I think it's safe to assume that we were tracked by this very gang upon picking up the package. Maybe that's how some of them thrive in this world, just robbing rooks on their routes. Yeah, that turned out well for them. Getting some random bouts of just government BS involving IDs, but we are able to obtain our package when we mention that we're from First Sands.
Worm food.
I am very sorry. Wait, are you the same guy? How the hell? Based on this being titled Chapter 2, I think we can infer that I was correct about our character retreating back home to restock and rest up for the journey north. Still a strange pacing issue though. I stop by the local bar and collect our thermos. The bartender does tell us to talk to a man named Ole who can give us a lift in his car. Take a rest drinking some coffee by the ocean. An amazing sight. Really makes me want to just drift into the sea and forget about this whole world. Go back to when times were peaceful.
I'll fucking gut you like a goddamn fish.
Part ways with Ole, heading inside another bandit stronghold. I like to believe that our character was told of this bandit outpost and decided to stop by for some payback for that robbery. Whether these bandits have any correlation with the ones that robbed us is irrelevant. This is just principle. After wiping out the entrance guards, I climb my way up, and yes, the platforming in this game is fucking terrible. I enter the hallway. If you don't charge into the room ahead and instead try to retreat into cover, the game does punish you by having a bandit posted up behind a broken door. Nice little bit of design to challenge you, and a nice little way to prevent you from being a coward. Should also mention that the level design for the 2/3 of this game is linear, but it has slight variety in how you want to tackle the arenas. I'm probably just glazing it up, but it's nice, especially when all the levels are just gray cement concrete sites. For example, instead of platforming my way across, I take this quick detour through a vent which brings me to a rifle waiting for me on this couch. It kinda sucks, the shotgun and revolver trumps it in every way. We exit the ruins and are brought to an expansive road. It has an eerie beauty to it. Trudging through the toxic rain and falling ash, shelter awaits us off in the distance. Of course, it's another bandit camp. I quickly dispatch the bandits outside, entering their tents, looting their supplies, and finishing off non-sexually the two that were sleeping. Enter the church, gorging myself on hardtack to counteract the bullets that these bandits fire into my torso. Fuck! Found a key for the center door, but since I couldn't find a proper way down, I opted for just jumping off the fucking balcony and losing a chunk of my health in the process because the god can't stop me, the government can't stop me, and these bandits certainly will not stop me from being silly. I will continue my shenanigans. After clearing out the bandits inside the church, I duck under this broken door and continue my rampage. Outside, we find ourselves inside a toxic fog that covers a polluted lake. Inside one of the tents, I found a gas mask. I did get a little lost due to the obstruction, but I managed to make my way to the final bandit stronghold, wiping them out with ease. Let's also note that these bandits are the only enemies you'll be fighting in the game, which is unfortunate. I mean, just look at this lake backdrop with the fog. Imagine if reskinned Pinky Demons as Nosalists from Metro just popped out of nowhere. That shit would be scary, man. Funnily enough, we make a trek to a bar that's seemingly crawling with bandits, but they don't retaliate or show any signs of aggression. There may be some pseudo-law in place preventing hostile action against people, but I like to think it's because the bandits just understand that the hit character Rook stands on that business. Oh, I should have mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but you can trade in this game. Random items, ammo that you pick off of the bodies, anything like that can be traded for filters, meds, ammo, and some other items I never really found a use for, like the snow goggles. I didn't even know how to put them on. Another note, the Nomad bullets you do pick up aren't usable. It's different ammo from the revolver ammo, so feel free to trade it away as much as you can. It's the primary currency in this game. Back on the road again, I arrive at a rail track overgrown with dead shrubs. As I'm traveling across, I hear a little whistle, which prompts two bandits to pop out of nowhere and attack me. Not gonna lie, this ambush genuinely made me tweak. Alright, this next part's a little weird to describe, but you guys see this totem? The following segment you're about to see makes me feel like my drink got laced with something, with me tweaking out from the side effects, praying that it was just a 6-foot goth girl trying to steal me to use for a cult initiation ritual, but only the future knows for certain. We arrive at two figures resting at a bonfire, but as we cross, this kaleidoscope effect plays yet again, and we find ourselves floating in the stream. Music is very chill though, even though we're probably about to die. Ah man, the vibes are great. Thankfully our character doesn't succumb to the depths of the river and is instead rescued by some cool hippie dude. We arrive with a groan, but our savior just sends us on our way to complete our mission. I arrived at another bandit stronghold. Alright, I'm gonna say this right off the bat, this level absolutely fucking sucks. The last 5 or so minutes of this game is a slog. It's just this narrow path full of many fucking bandits. I make my way outside and climb my way onto a destroyed building. I enter a familiar looking room and I place a T-box on a windowsill. And then the fucking game ends. Yeah. Just when the narrative was getting interesting, it ends. Doesn't feel like the game was trying to tell this obscure story that you really gotta think about. It just feels like the devs decided to say, fuck it, drop it. I think the saddest part of this game is the amount of potential it could have had. Sure, the atmosphere is utterly fantastic. However, I feel like another hour or two of the game was missing, and the game's only about 2.5 hours long. It may not seem like that, but I dragged it on because I'm good at just talking randomly and yapping. The narrative doesn't really make any sense based on what's present, and the enemy variety is obviously one of the weaker components. The shooting's not bad, and I mean, the vibes are there. Seriously, the atmosphere is fantastic, that's why you should play this game, but I would pick it up when it's on sale. I'd only buy it for a full $20 if you want to show the developers some, support. But other than that, I'd wait for a sale, but I did like the game, although it was very short. Feel free to check the description for the Steam page link as well as my socials where I post regularly from random stream clips. Oh my god! Tomfoolery with friends was a nice photo and she said, guess where this was taken? I said casting couch.
That's insane, Kobe.
An unhinged behavior on the bad app. Next video will be on Metro Exodus or whatever indie game I find in the meantime while I'm making that video since I really want to cook with that Metro video, so I'll be taking my time there. I greatly appreciate any comments, likes, or if you're brave enough, drop a sub. With all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.